Hi there, this is Jay Lusk, your Graduate and Professional Student Council, or GPSC President. In this video, I'm going to talk about what GPSC has been doing to advocate for your interests this summer. For an overview, GPSC has been hard at work advocating for students since our executive committee took office in April. We've had unprecedented engagement across campus, and we've had phenomenal collaboration with our campus partners. We've also increased the frequency and the quality of our communications with an aim to make sure that we're keeping students in the loop and that we're having active lines of communication between students and administrators to make sure that the voice of students is never forgotten in the process of university decision making. We're also in the middle of a structural reform process, which we hope will institutionalize the gains that we've been making and ensure that we will have a strong ecosystem for student life and advocacy here on campus for years to come. I'm going to start by talking about some of the Duke internal advocacy efforts that we've been doing. Now, we've advocated about just about everything this summer, anything ranging from bicycles on campus to the embargo period for history dissertations. And I certainly don't have time to talk about all of those things, so I'm going to focus on two really big ones. The first is COVID-19. At the beginning of this crisis, I co-convened the COVID-19 Student Advisory Board, along with Vice Provost for Interdisciplinary Studies, Ed Ballison. This group was absolutely instrumental in identifying key needs of students, the need to support our graduate student parents, the need for extensions for funding for PhD students, the financial and emotional challenges that our students were being faced by COVID-19 early in the crisis. Additionally, in more recent months, this group was instrumental in providing feedback on both the Duke Compact and the COVID-19 policy documents, which facilitated our return to campus. Additionally, outside of this group, GPSC has been actively and very passionately engaged in advocating for the interests of students, both on a process level in terms of testing, travel, and other components of the COVID-19 response, but also on a principle level and talking about the need to keep our broader community safe while promoting educational experience that is meaningful and valuable for our student body. On another note, we've also been focused heavily on racial justice. We sent a letter to President Price and Provost Kornbluth that described a broad range of actions that we feel really need to be taken in order to combat the racial injustice that Duke's campus is steeped in. We are actively and continuously engaging with stakeholders across campus to make sure that the fight for racial justice is never forgotten, no matter what competing priorities exist at the university. We've also been engaged in strong cross-campus engagement to amplify the voices of students of color across campus to make sure that those experiences are heard and that meaningful change is made so that our community can become better. We've also been engaged in external advocacy. We've had a very prolific federal advocacy agenda, which has advocated on issues ranging from racial justice to research funding, and especially focusing on the needs of our international students. In fact, Duke GPSC partnered with several of our peer student governments to sign onto a brief in the Harvard and MIT lawsuit against the Trump administration that successfully led to a reversal of a policy that would have required international students to take in-person classes in order to have a student visa. We've also been increasing collaboration with our partner institutions like UNC, NC State, and dozens of other institutions across the country. And we've increased collaboration with the Duke administration to support lobbying efforts that are directly aligned with the interests of our student population. We've also tried, within the context of COVID-19, to promote a vibrant student life ecosystem here on campus. Some of you may have participated in the recent brew through at Full Steam, and we're looking forward to having future socially distanced, safe events throughout the semester that can keep you engaged and keep you in touch with your community. We want you to remain socially connected even if you are physically distanced as a result of this pandemic. We've also been developing partnerships specifically with local businesses, including Full Steam and many others, with the goal of recognizing that Duke and Duke GPSC are part of the Durham community and that we need to invest ourselves in the great local businesses that have become part of the wonderful ecosystem that surrounds us. Of course, navigating the complexities of COVID has been very challenging, but we have been able to have student group registration, continue to support our student groups, and to create avenues for funding for virtual events. We're also continuing to advocate for increased ability to have safe, events in the context of COVID-19 that can keep our student life ecosystem vibrant and strong even as we go through this pandemic. As I mentioned before, we've also been engaging in a massive structural reform process to redesign the entire organization. And we had several working groups over the summer who spent hours and hours redesigning the entire structure of our organization. The goal is to improve the effectiveness of our governance and to improve engagement across campus. These working groups have completed their work and have delivered their report to the GPSC General Assembly, who will be making major changes to the structure of the organization this fall. Be on the lookout for later announcements. Additionally, in terms of communication, we have been trying to reach as much of the student body as possible. We've massively increased our social media presence and have created active campaigns to get our student body involved in social media with GPSC so that we can share updates that are of interest to our student body. We've also been focusing on maintaining bi-directional lines of communication, especially timely communication about urgent issues. We want to make sure that your voice is heard and also that we have the opportunity to reach you and connect you with the administration and vice versa. We want to increase connection and collaboration on campus and make sure that the diverse perspectives of all of our students here on campus are always heard. In fact, this summer report and this video that I'm making are part of that process to be transparent about what GPSC does and to give you an opportunity to tell us about what we can do better to serve you and to serve our campus community. So thank you so much for watching this video. It's been an honor to serve as your GPSC president until now, and I'm looking forward to the rest of my term. And I'm very much looking forward to see what the GPSC General Assembly will do to continue to advocate for the interests of you and everyone else here on campus. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, reach out to me or any member of the GPSC Executive Committee at any time. We'll be glad to help you. Thank you so much. Take care.